What's up, Cancer? Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. That's me. My name's Annie. Happy to have all the Cancers out there with me. We're going to do a kind of overview of the month of May. Messages that want to come through for Cancer to be heard and possibly applied in May, though things can come in the future too, so don't write that off entirely. All right, so connecting with the energy of my Cancers out there. Welcome, guys. As you know, here on YouTube, I do general messages. That means not everything I say in this reading will resonate with you. It's up to you to come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind. I ask that ultimately you only take away the messages that resonate with you, that serve you, resonate with your story, motivate you, inspire you, empower you, engage you. That is really what I'm looking to do here today. So it's completely up to you which messages you want to take away. Highly recommend, obviously, the ones that motivate you, that resonate with you. I feel like I'm just spinning in circles here. It's because I'm trying to connect with your energy. And you know what it is? You had insane cards just come out, so I'm kind of like, oh shit, it's going to be a good month for Cancer. You had 4 major arcana come out. I literally have 4 cards in front of me. You have Temperance, Sagittarius, you have the Sun, Leo, you have the Star, Aquarius, and you have Capricorn, the Devil. So hence my being like, what the fuck is going, like, you have a lot of cool stuff coming in. It feels very good. It feels very positive. It feels very beautiful. Anyway, I got to finish my spiel just for the newbies so I don't get in trouble in the comments, right? So please don't take away things that don't resonate with you. If it feels foreign or strange, release those messages, drop it like it's hot, assume it's connecting with someone else's energy, right? And then later when it comes into your story and you're like, oh, damn, she was right. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm checking the ego. I'm just kidding, y'all. Yeah, everything else about this video down in the box below, including the decks I'm using here today, as well as my social media channels. I'm the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram, as well as .com. Like, share, subscribe wherever you can, including on this video. What else? That's about it. I'm going to do one more shuffle for Cancer. So we're going to do this in 3 little segments. The first part is going to be career. The second part is going to be love, romance, things of that sort. And then the third section is TBD. It's open to whatever spirit wants to throw at me. So that may be a double confirmation about love or about your career. It could just be something of interest. I'm going to call it that. Something of interest that Cancer is wanting to be made aware of in the month of May. You know what's funny? I keep wanting to say April, and I actually, anyway, sorry. I keep wanting to say April, and I feel like that's somebody's name. And then it made me think of April O'Neil, the TV newscaster from the Ninja Turtles movies. So all of what I just said might mean something to someone. I don't know if that's like a special childhood memory, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, something about April O'Neil and broadcasting, and I don't know, she was like a redhead, and she's got like a yellow trench coat. I don't know what that means, but I think somebody out there does, so. All right, you're hungry like the wolf is what I just heard. Now I'm hearing that, ooh, and the bear. Oh, I love this card. Oh my God, Cancer, it's so cute. Hungry like the wolf. Who does that one? Duran. Anyway, all right, so looking into career and finances, money flow is going to be improving, particularly if you're starting a business for yourself. There's something distant and on the horizon that it's like you're starting to feel the warmth of it. You get shivers down your spine or tingles, something about tingles on your back or around you. You feel, it's like, yeah, something about you feel like the sun of it. You feel the warmth. It's like you feel the creative, something about like the passion of how this makes you feel when you do it. It's confirmations from your guides, from your angels, your spirits, etc. that whatever you're tempering with, whatever you're almost like toying with or toiling with, it's saying that you need to keep mixing the ingredients, but you're on the right track. I'm getting all these metaphors for cooking, almost like when something's in the oven, but it's not quite ready yet, you start to get the smell and it makes you want it even more. That's a metaphor for whatever it is you're doing. You can almost taste it. You can almost, however you want to phrase it, it's something about the work that you've been doing about either something about the movement of water, and that might be something regarding your career, but if not, it does have to do with like trying to improve the funds. It's almost like changing up the speed or the tempo for any of my musicians out there, but it does have to do with the love of what you're doing, the love of this, labor of love, or again, trying to experiment and toil with the income, the money flow, if money is a currency, right? Something about the rocking back and forth, even that could even be indicative of something about rocking a baby if you do something in that sort of career field. Again, broad umbrella here, right? But also something about the ships being almost like seasick. So again, this might be a metaphor for pregnancy, and maybe you work in a field that is for expecting women or babies, or, maybe you sell baby clothing or whatever it is. It's something about the rocking back and forth that for some of you, that has to do with a baby. And again, you guys need to use your creativity on how you digest these messages. That could also indicate this labor of love. It's like your child, it's like your baby. And so you want to get it to grow. You want to get it to be healthy. You want to get it to develop, right? And so this is also a card of health and healing and wellness. So some of you may work it could be in fitness or something regarding wellness. Again, something about checking the temperatures. So some of you could literally be a nurse, but it's like taking temperature checks of where it's at and then getting more creative about the mixing it up. I mean, I think that's a good phrase for it. Mixing it up, getting the ingredients right, because it's almost like in your head, you're manifesting, right? You can envision it. You can see the sun. You're starting to feel the warmth on your skin, right? Something about suntan lotion or being at the beach. Or goosebumps. Interesting. Something about that. It's the physiological reaction of what happens when you're doing this. It's like you're on the right track. You're on the right scent. You can start to smell it and taste it and feel it. All the five senses are involved for some of you. What's really cool is what's in the distant horizon. You're just getting glimpses and peeks of it, right? If you're manifesting, you can kind of envision it. This is saying keep working with that idea. Be more creative in how you're envisioning it, because that sun that's distant on the horizon, it's coming in full force. Like, it's going to illuminate the sky. There's going to be clarity in something about your vision. It's almost like moon energy, interestingly enough. So you might be dealing with a Pisces, because that does come up later in your spread. There's something about, you can't totally see it right now. You feel it. You feel it, Cancer, right? You're extremely intuitive. You rule, the water elemental, which is all about the feeling of it, right? The sense, you're sensing it. And again, something about sensory perceptions. Some of you are psychics. I'm just going to flat out say it, right? And some of you don't believe that, right? Some of you are like, oh no, like I watch these tarot videos, but like I'm not that magical it's like, well, I guess you should start looking into that more, because you're going to realize it later on. For some of you, quite literally horseback riding, realigning with nature, getting grounded, especially in Taurus season. It is important for you to get grounded and focus on your finances, but it's also saying you cannot do one without the other. You cannot focus on your finances while also giving time and energy into your creative pursuits, even like your mystical pursuits. There's something about both. Hand in hand, togetherness. I'm almost seeing like the Two of Pentacles, where it may be a juggle to do both at the same time, but it's saying, quite literally, water and land, ideas, creativity, psychic abilities, labors of love, water, your elemental suit. But again, money, stability, finances, order, groundedness, both. So particularly anybody trying to start, or it's not even really start, because you're already manifesting it, achieve greater milestones and progress in a career. You're showing up on a damn horse as a beautiful damn baby riding into the sunset, right? It's saying, with something about this being sort of like a knight, there's progress, there's growth, there's forward movement, particularly those who want to work with animals. Keep applying to jobs. I don't know where you live or where this would be possible, but depending on if you are able to start a garden or start something about the harvest, growing seeds, growing plants, growing fruits. Fruits is going to be really important, particularly strawberries and peaches and oranges. Those three, something about that is very important. Yeah, gardening, and it also has to do with almost gardening your mind, allowing the seeds to grow, to like foster the seeds. Again, literally the children inside of you, right? For my expecting mommies, again, if it's not that, it's a metaphor of that. Feeding something, nurturing it, giving it the right ingredients so that it can grow and become, fully manifested, right? Fully realized, but also into tangibility, where it's not just existing in your dreams. It's quite literally on land. It's in your hands. It's more pentacle energy. But so much of this does have to do with faith and spirituality. You may work on a team where some of the key players are Sagittarius, a Leo, or potentially an Aquarius, though it doesn't have to be. But what sort of clarified this row of cards, bottom of the deck, if you will, is this Devil card, Capricorn figure. I love that this is coming up for you. It doesn't worry me that it's coming up for you. The two things I will say about this is don't sink into dark or negative thoughts of, I'm just not getting the ingredients right, so I'm going to give up entirely. Spirit is saying, no, are you kidding me? Like, Spirit is like, I've sent you all these signs. You can smell the cookies in the oven. Like, what do you mean you're just going to, like, do you know what I mean? Like, don't abandon ship. That's what that whole rocking back and forth on the ship is. Some interesting metaphor, even if you get seasick, right? Again, metaphors, guys. Though some of you may work in something that is like nautical or on ships or cruises or this or that. The idea of even if you get seasick, okay, purge it out of your body, get those little demons out of there, right? The darkness, the negativity, what's draining your physical body, your emotions, purge it out, right? Seasick, right? You know, vomit over the side of the boat, but once it's out, back to health, back to the task at hand, restore your health. This is also saying an unfaltering commitment to your job. That's what you need. It's like you got to get your head in the game, you know? You got to get your head out of the stars. It's great to imagine and manifest how good it would be, but this is saying movement on it. It's not just dreaming. It's not just thinking. It's like you're out of the tower now. Like, you know, the tower is right before the star. This is saying you're being hit with spiritual downloads and epiphanies. So if you're not already listening, though some of you are hearing the calling, this is kind of like a wake up, Cancer, like get your ass out of bed. We got work to do. This is saying it's time to work hard, right? The idea of work hard, play hard. Play hard is not the time. You're going to be able to experience that later when more comes in. It's go time. It's game time. I'm feeling like football coach energy. Like, we're going to get out there, we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. It's like unfaltering dedication. This is a card of Capricorn, right? Our 10th house, all about work and, you know, what we do in our career. And again, unfaltering dedication. It's crunch time now, Cancer, especially for those who are able to work a personal job or a personal skill or hobby, being able to fine tune it from home. It's time for you to start viewing things through a different lens, Aquarian energy, you know, a unique perspective, otherworldly, a zoom out. Realizing that this extra time some of you may or may not have on your hands, if you do, it's a blessing in disguise. You may see it as the devil. You may see it as, you know, God forbid, Corona, dare I say it. You see it as the devil, but you're not actually understanding what good this has brought in terms of our own individual healing and realigning with our true destiny, with our true star path, with our true spiritual path. Yeah, and again, Capricorn may play a role in this. For anybody who has really strong Capricorn in their chart, that's going to be important. Now is a good time to look into your birth chart. If you don't know how to do that, just Google birth chart, right? See what placements fall around your 10th house. As well as I want to say your 6th. I think that's Virgo. Something about Capricorn and Virgo and realizing what falls in your birth chart, essentially, it's going to help redirect you into mixing up the ingredients. You guys are on the right trail. You're on the right path. Again, you don't need to abandon ship, but it's also not time to throw anchor overboard and just sit there. There needs to be work in progress done, and something about looking into your birth chart, it's going to illuminate you on something that you weren't quite seeing before, but it's like an epiphany. That's where there's clarity. When you guys look into your birth chart and understand, okay, this placement falls here, and again, Google will be your best friend. Even if you know nothing about your birth chart, literally check what is in your 6th house and your 10th house, as well as and I think your 10th house is your midhaven, I want to say. Anyway, that is going to bring you spiritual epiphanies, spiritual enlightenment, regarding how to make this work not so much easier, though it will be, because it's something about you're able to zoom in, where before it's like you were zooming out and trying to understand the broader picture. Something about the 10th house or a Capricorn, maybe working with a Capricorn, you're able to zoom in and recognize what piece wasn't working, why you couldn't get something about trying to get the money better, or again, like you're feeling like you're putting all this energy into something but not getting anything in return. I think it has to do with money. It's something about your placement, you know, of the stars, your zodiac sign, something about that's going to bring illumination to how to better succeed and capitalize on that energy and where it sits on your birth chart. You know, the zodiac sign that lends its energy to your career. Sorry, I know I'm harping, but there's something about that that's going to be very crucial for you, Cancer, in the month of May, into possibly June, and then June becomes your birthday season. So, you know, that's when you become the star, right, in your birthday season. So until birthday season, whenever that is for you, June or July, right, my Cancers, keep keep working on that hustle. It could be your main income, it could be your side hustle, but there's a breakthrough there. There's something very good there. And you have 2 cards of Capricorn and then the Empress. This has to do with money. I'm glad some Pentacles finally came up because I wasn't seeing that. Though there is a lot of water, and water to me again is currency, money flow. This is saying something that is holding you back, like halt, who goes there? This is something internally in you where you keep second guessing or questioning yourself. And again, it's about your perspective. It's letting the darker thoughts go, the negative self-talk go, and realigning with, no, this is the proper way because I do want to increase my funds, increase my bank account. I want to be the empress of my career. A lot of you are breaking away from something where you felt shackled to a job or shackled to a boss or shackled to an employer, a title, a this or that. It's like, almost like mixing up the ingredients, like, why can't I get a bite on this resume? Why can't I succeed in whatever? Again, it's not that you have to abandon ship entirely, unless that's what you're looking to do, in which case, go for it. There's movement towards happiness and freedom here and regrowth of something, particularly if you're struggling with money. There's a dawning of a new day. There's regrowth. Yeah, something about Queen of Finances, whether you're male or female, there's divine feminine energies surrounding you, particularly if you have strong spirit guides or angel guides that are divine feminines. They're looking out for you in terms of your career. And again, it's like they're whispering the ideas to you. You just have to stop second guessing it. You just have to stop denying that, no, that's silly. I could never do that. You know what it is? It's a very untraditional, Cancer. What you want to do, it's something that society probably looks down upon, or not looks down upon, but there's judgment there. And so you are your own worst critic. You are your own harshest judge. And I mean, that makes sense for you, Cancer, because what this is doing is it's forcing you out of the comfort zone, right? Something where, oh, well, it's familiar, it's safe, I know who these people are, but there's darkness there, right? You weren't meant to stay here, Cancer. This is indicating some of you are going to have a tower moment if you haven't already. Though some of you may have experienced it already. That's why this is coming up. But you have to understand this tower moment comes in to free you from a lax state of mind where you got too comfortable. It was too comfortable in your little shabby or crabby shell, right? Yes, some of you might be moving new homes. Some of you may be going somewhere where money is better. It could be closer to your mother, or again, all this metaphor of like the baby inside. Granted, it is Taurus season, but that's a timestamp. Like, hello, Taurus season. There she is, the Empress. There is something about maternal motherhood vibes. The Scorpio full moon is going to be a great time for you guys to do manifestations, and something about being in or submerged in water. So, take a bath, take a bubble bath, take a crystal bath, something about that. If you're trying to unlock secrets and you just feel stuck, you feel like there's a mental blockage, spending time with your, I hate to say it's cheesy, but with your foot in water, right? In the bathtub, or I don't know, maybe you're getting a foot massage, or I don't know what that is, Cancer, getting your nails did, whatever it is. There's something about that's going to unlock secrets that previously kept you held back. And yet there's going to be celebratory energy about something you've recently overcome regarding your money, and then boom, you're off and running again. A lot of you are leaving something or someone behind that was keeping you stuck. And this is like extreme energy, like a bat out of hell with the Chariot and the Knight of Swords, the fastest moving knight in the deck. Nothing moves faster than our thoughts. That's what I mean. You leave behind a comfort zone because emotionally you are kind of comfortable there. This does involve some sort of taking risk. It could be risk with your finances, your money flow, but it's indicating leaving something behind where the water is stale and stagnant. We have to freshen it up, right? The way Temperance moves the cups back and forth, the water is healthy. The water is healing when it's in motion. When you're just staying there and you're literally stuck, you're shackled, you're changed, you're chained rather to the fence, to the wall, to the job, to the title. When there's no movement in the water, and you being a water sign, there's stagnation. There's a lack of spiritual growth. That's when universe ushers in the tower. So if you're trying to avoid the tower and it hasn't hit yet, then great. Take this message as something needs to move rather quickly here. Again, everybody knows their own story. Everybody's story is a little bit different, but this is indicating major, major change. And here's the thing. It is upheaval, but it's in a good way. That whole metaphor of like, being seasick, purging off the side of the boat. I'm sorry, I know that's really gross, but that's what I mean. There's something festering inside that needs to be set free, and that could quite literally be as within, so without. What around you is decaying. What around you is festering. What feels spoiled, or something about the smell. There's something about a smell that it's just... And I think it may even have to do with like a metaphysical type thing, or something about your spirit guides. They're sending you smells. And it's nothing you need to fear, but it's trying to inform you about the next place you're supposed to go. Again, that's incredibly personal. I can throw a million different smells at you here, but you're going to know what it is. The Spirit is encouraging. These are all cards of forward movement, of growth. And there you are right in the middle. So you're smack in the middle of it, Cancer. You have a divine pairing of the Emperor and the Empress coming in. So is career going to be good? Yeah, you're making huge progress in your spiritual growth regarding aligning to what I do want to say is like, for some of you, like a dream career, or if it's not that, it's achieving some new status or some new milestone of what you've already possibly been working in for years, but it's like you've gained your wings. It's like every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. If it's literally the sounding of a bell for some of you, your alarm clock, the church bells across the street, right? If it's not that, it's something about the smell of it. And the movie Michael, have you guys seen that with John Travolta? He's literally Archangel Michael. He smells like cookies. There is something I have the chills. There's something very important about that metaphor, right, guys? Please don't always take it literally, though. By all means, if you're smelling cookies, bake the cookies, right? Or something, cookies, Girl Scouts. Is your daughter in Girl Scouts? Are you a troop leader? Or, you know what I mean? Like, there's many different metaphors and interpretations of this, but something about the smell. Maybe you're doing something where it's literally are you trying to start a company with body lotions that smell good or candles that smell good? Something about the smell and the senses, the sensory perception is very important. You're going to be celebrating some important milestone where at first you thought you were losing your footing. Again, this idea of why can't I get the ingredients right? There's going to be a moment where you start to slip. But then you realign yourself and you're like, nope, I've come this far, Capricorn, my mountain goat, climbing your way up the mountain, right? It's not going to stop here. Like, I'm at the damn top of this mountain. I'm not giving up here. And when you get to the top of that mountain, boom, celebration, money, congratulations, acknowledgement. And it's not so much ego. It's well-deserved. It's not like people like Cancer. That gif of Leonardo DiCaprio and Gatsby, like, hey, with the champagne. That's what this feels like, but it has nothing to do with ego, because every single hour and minute and second of the day that you've put into making this a reality, it's starting to pay off, okay? That's what this says to me. Cancer, you have incredible cards right in a row, 3 major arcana. All right, let's hop into, in fact, I'm going to pause this. All right, Cancer, we're back. Let's hop into your love life. All right, so in this middle section of your May monthly spread, you have the Moon, that's a card of Pisces. You have the King of Wands, as well as the Two of Cups. So this could indicate some sort of marriage with someone you work with. Again, sometimes this can be viewed through multiple lenses. So I'm reading for romantic love, but this could also indicate partnership with someone you work with or a business coworker, something like that. So it could absolutely be a Pisces. The Pisces card is definitely wanting to be seen. Cancer, I get this for you all the time. You have the Sun and the Moon and the stars. So if you're ever thinking that whatever you're manifesting or dreaming about isn't possible, it is. The Sun and the Moon and the stars, it's like it all lines up. It aligns in order. And that could also have to do with your romantic life. For those who are feeling down and out in love, and even if you are quite literally witnessing the successes of all the work you've put into your career, it's almost like, this is an interesting message, so I'm trying to be careful with how I phrase this, but the idea of forcing something to fit in love, it's never worked for you, has it? If it's been a struggle, it's saying release control and the stars align for you. For a lot of you who are kicking ass on your own spiritual path and doing something for your highest good, for your own, it can be material abundance. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Knowing your value, knowing your worth. I say this to you all the time, Cancer. The 2 go hand in hand. The 3, the 4, right? All these arcanas, boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, all in a row. The Sun, the Moon, and the stars. 1, 2, 3, all on the same spiritual path, right? You get out of the Tower, then there's healing with the Star. Then there's illumination and growth and, like renewal with the Sun. Children, maybe, for some of you. Sorry, put them in the wrong order. The Moon, it's going down that path with faith, knowing that while the answers may not be apparent and totally clear, it's having faith that if you keep wandering down that path, there will be illumination. That's when the Sun comes in, right? So 1, 2, 3, all in a row. And something about the 1, 2, 3, like the beat, again, the rhythm of mixing the cups. I don't know why I keep wanting to do that. The rocking of the baby, the 1, 2, 3. Triplets? No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what that is. The 1, 2, 3, it all lines up. The 1, 2, 3s, the 1, 2, 3s. I don't even know what that means, but it's really important because I keep being told to say that. The 1, 2, 3s. Everything lines up in a row. 123, is that an address? Is that number? Oh, that could be numerology. Something you keep seeing on the clock, the 1, 2, 3. It's confirmation for you that everything is in alignment, particularly in your love life. So what I was saying is, while you may struggle in trying to force something to fit in love, when you release control, and again, you're just like, I'm just going to hop in my chariot and do my thing and have faith that it's almost like the right hitchhiker will come along. It's going to be as easy as that. It's going to be like, hey, want to ride? Yeah, absolutely. And I'm seeing like Kermit and Fozzie, we're moving right along, right? Driving down the road. They're on some road trip in the Muppet movie, whatever. I don't know what that means. But it's like, I kind of like this person. And they're already my coworker. They're already right by my side. It's almost like they've been there the whole time. You just didn't see them in a romantic way because it might be someone that you work with. If it's not that, the idea of a hitchhiker, someone just kind of comes into your life and you take a leap of faith of, I'll give them a ride. Why not? I'm not necessarily indicating pick up hitchhikers. Again, you're extremely intuitive. You sense energies well. If you get a good vibe, by all means. You are in the driver's seat of your own life, Cancer. But that metaphor of the hitchhiker, thumbing, it could even be someone who likes your shit a lot, like on Instagram or Facebook or whatever your social media is. Something with the thumbs up, someone who you have their seal of approval. It's almost like you can do no wrong to this person. They admire you. And so there could be a circumstance where they may ask you for help. It could potentially be with money or even insights about how they can succeed in their own spiritual path or their own career. This is a good partnership for you. And for the most of you, it's new love. This doesn't really have to do with the return of something. It's more tapping into something that already exists within your subconscious, potentially about a fire sign. So I almost said Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces though, which is not fire, but you do have two cards indicating water. So it could be someone who has water and fire in their chart. It could be like a Scorpio Sag cusper or a Pisces Aries cusper or a Cancer Leo. You understand what I mean? Something about fire and water, the blending of opposites. Yeah, it could have to do with a Sagittarius or a Leo, right? All these cards are coming up. Or it could be an Aquarius or a Capricorn, though it doesn't have to be. Pisces, though. A lot of you are, you're needing to look to the Pisces. Something about swimming with the fishes, swimming in your natural element, something about the earth and the water. Sometimes it's okay to take a hop in the bathtub, to take a swim in the bathtub, right? A swim in the pool. Go by the ocean, go by the lake. Social distancing, right? Be very safe, be very cautious about it. But there's healing energy in and around water. So you guys may have whenever we start dating again, Lord knows. But it could even be something that you had like a business meeting with someone by the water or by the ocean, something about a hotel that overlooks the water. The Overlook Hotel, I just heard, the Shining twins. It could be a Gemini you're dealing with. This person could quite literally have a twin, or it could also be indicative of your twin flame. There's a little bit of secret. There's a little bit of mystery here, and I'm sort of getting from Spirit, you're not supposed to know all the answers yet, because if Spirit were to tell you who this is, it's going to distract you from the work you still need to get done. As I was saying, this is not time to abandon ship just because something is a struggle, because you've hit a roadblock of sorts. Spirit is asking you to align yourself with your divine guidance, right? Align yourself so that you can so that you are able to dig yourself out of a hole. And it's really about proving your own strength to yourself. This is the complete opposite of someone who's codependent. When you get into trouble, this is about finding a way out. This doesn't have to do with physical danger. Do you understand that, guys? This has to do with when you hit road bumps along the way, you may have this knee-jerk reaction to be like, Mom, Dad, what do I do? And Spirit is saying, Cancer, you've got this. You've got this the whole time. You just need to realize that you've got it. All the answers that you seek, they're already within you. And guys, that has to do with your love life too. If there's something, I keep wanting to say for those who struggle in love and who never find their person and always end up disappointed or burned, right? This is saying the patterns that you keep repeating, it's like a karmic cycle or a karmic lesson. Again, if you were to raise your vibration and really tap into the subconscious, there would be some sort of an illumination on something you couldn't see before, and it may have to do with a Leo. Yeah, particularly a male fire sign is coming up here. An Aries and a Pisces cusper, potentially. there's a good match there, and if it's not either of those signs, and it doesn't have to be, this is saying this is someone who can envision the same dream that you have for your life and where you want to build in your future and with your career. Tell me one more thing. Tell me one more thing. I just saw Ace of Wands, bottom of the deck. Fireflies, going by the lake, summer camp, camping outside in tents, or again, something about Girl Scouts, going on some sort of retreat. Maybe this is taking you back to someone from your youth that you knew when you were like in grade school, right? It's something about that. I don't know what to do with that either. For all of you going, what the fuck is Girl Scouts? I don't know, Cancer. I don't know, but some of you will know. What does that have to do with it? Selling cookies? I don't know. So the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. This is the one that you're going to build a future with, but again, it's not here yet. It's a beautiful card. It's upside down, though. It's in delay. There's a lucrativeness to this, right? The Emperor and the Empress, the divine pairing, whether you are male or female or seeking same-sex partnership, cool. It's not about the gender. It's about the pairing, right? So this is saying it's not here yet, but you have to have faith with the Moon card that if you keep going down this trail and aligning yourself, right, the stability of those two pillars, very High Priestess energy, which is your card, the Moon, right? Again, something about a Pisces. This is a relationship that rewrites history, or it rewrites your history, Cancer. That's what it is. Historically, you may have had a certain type or fallen for a certain type of person, or tried to make it work with people who there was sort of a darkness or an energy vampire of like they used your love and then they took it and ran. There's something about the changing up of a karmic cycle from really important lessons you're learning. This is heavy, right, guys? For the month of May, these are heavy messages. That partnership that you're seeking, whether it be in your romantic life or your career, something about those two are intertwined. I'm not saying you're going to marry your boss, though for some of you, quite literally, you might. It also has to do with someone who supports your dreams in terms of your career, but is also that person who wants to be a part of your love life. Something about the networking, the friend of a friend. It could be if you start building an empire with a business partnership, you end up marrying their brother, or I almost said best man. So again, that was in your last reading, Cancer. Something about attending a wedding, a friend of a friend, or someone who's already in your network, your circle. It could possibly be a fire sign. You have a new divine pairing showing up. Aries, Leo, Sag. There's something about it's a beautiful romantic option that is relatively new. It's being guided by those angels, right? I keep being called to say Sagittarius. It could be your Ten of Pentacles person, but here's what I was getting at. When you hit roadblocks and you stumble in your career, and you're determined, right? You're driven to, I'm going to succeed. I'm going to go after this, because you're protecting your dream. You're protecting what it is that you want. You're not just being pushed aside or cast into the ocean. It's something about, no, I'm going to do this because it's like I'm hell-bent on it. I am certain, I am confident that this is worth fighting for. That's the kind of love that's going to come into you, but it's only after you go through your own dark night of the soul, when you go into this dark pit and not know all the answers and come out on the other side realizing, I'm a wizard, holy shit, like I'm amazing. That's when, I hate to put it this way, but it's sort of being relayed to me is that's when you get your prize. That's when you get your pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, and it comes in form of love. Because Spirit doesn't want you to settle in a relationship where you're lacking self-love. That's priority number one for Spirit, is to make sure that you're okay standing on your own 2 feet. Again, not relying on mom and dad for all the answers, not always seeking advice from those around you. It's about turning within and trusting your gut, trusting your intuition that I'm not going to throw in the towel yet. I'm going to keep working at it. And when you do, it's like, here's the thing. You're almost out of this tunnel, right? This is in reverse because it's not here yet. This is saying to me, you're halfway in. You're already in the darkness, right? But the more you go down that beam at the light of the end of the tunnel, it gets bigger and bigger. Again, maybe a Leo in your future. It's something about when you make it to the other side, it's like, oh, hello, Cancer. I just heard I've been waiting for you. All right, so interesting. This could indicate a soulmate from another lifetime, or it could potentially indicate someone in the past, but There would be a lot of confusion about this person in the past if it is the case. For all of you, it's not though. For all of you, it's that fresh cup of love that it's almost like you made it to the other side. You went to another planet. Some of you quite literally moved your house. You outgrew your crab shell and you had to grow into being your own person. And with that, you're meeting a whole new cast of characters. And I gotta be honest, like, this is looking really good, Cancer, or this for that matter, right? There's a lot of people showing up in your spread, but it all feels very positive. All right, so something that you've been waiting on, messages that you've been waiting on. It does have to do with the two things you're juggling. Know that you will not have to juggle them forever. Eventually, they will be combined. Your love life and your career. There's something where there's an alignment of both, Cancer. Okay, and again, something about going overboard or something about the ships and the ocean. For most of you, it's a metaphor. It's not time to drop anchor. But again, something about being seasick, that's okay. Purging out the darker energy and starting fresh, starting anew, right? Or to keep working at it. Something about this rocky wave of emotion, it's teaching you about yourself. It's teaching you about that water, right? And it's also teaching you about trust. Trust the universe, trust the ocean. I don't know what that means. Trust the ocean, trust the ship that you've built for yourself. You are creating a life where everything that you're doing, it's meant to support your own goals, your own desires. So in a sense, I think it's like you are the ship. You're the one that's navigating. You're the one that controls where you go and where you travel. There's a lighthouse in the distance that it's going to catch your eye. Again, a fire sign, maybe the moon, right? The Pisces. Something about the light in the sky. That's very important. This whole metaphor, and there's the moon again. Pisces, confirmation for some of you. Pisces is going to communicate with you. Again, the fish, all these themes of nautical stuff. Are you quite literally crossing a body of ocean to get to that career of your dreams for some of you? There's something about, even though the waters may be rocky and you're trying to find stability and you're questioning it, right? Cancers love their stability. Go with the tide, go with the flow, because there's going to be a light that beckons you to shore, to safety, to security. And for a lot of you, it's a new environment. It's a new home. It's a new office. It's a new job, something about that. But the thing is, you're already aware of it because it's not brand new. You've been working to get to this position for quite some time. So finally, when you embrace your own tenacity, when you embrace your own, I just want to say your badass energy to go after it and not take no for an answer, there's light at the end of the tunnel in multiple meanings of that word. There's the light of God, of divine timing, your angel guides, your spiritual guides calling you out, the light, right? Light workers. There's the light in terms of the warmth that a beautiful, nurturing, compassionate, abundant but sexual relationship will offer. Something about being wrapped in the wings of I do want to say a fire sign. And then the light at the end of the tunnel, that career thing where every now and then you want to get up or you hit roadblocks. If you keep fighting through, there's something about the epiphany, the light at the end of the tunnel. It's like an aha moment of how to finally make something work to achieve some important milestone in your career. That's what I keep getting. There's communication coming, so make sure you're able to receive it, and it does involve leaving the comfort zone, all right? Piscean energy is all over this. Yeah, it's time to grow and change. You guys see yourselves as a moth, but really you're a butterfly. There's something so much more beautiful and unique about you. Something about the color of your stripes or your spots. There's no one like you. There's no one like you, Cancer, because you are an individual being, right? And of course, everybody has their similarities, and you're going to find a cup that matches your own in that way. But don't deny your uniqueness, because that's the gift that you bring to your career, your perspective, your innovative ideas. That's something about the key, unlocking the key to the door of why isn't this working? Why am I struggling? It's because you were trying to conform to something, and you were never meant to conform. You were never meant to fit in, Cancer. You were meant to stand out. Like the lighthouse, right? In a dark ocean and dark sky, there's a lighthouse that beams. People will come to you because of your beaming light, right? What is this? Me and my stupid gestures. You may have your hand, again, all these cookie metaphors. What is this about? Something about having your hand in multiple cookie jars? That's okay. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. There's something about there isn't a singular one answer to this. There's multiple avenues or options, different streams of income. It's great to focus on one, but also if it's just not working, put that one on pause. Don't abandon ship, right? Put that on pause and seek another creative idea, because something about this octopus bringing in cups, there's multiple streams of income, but they're all going to come kind of close together. This could be indicative of your money rising, like cup by cup, client by client, vendor by vendor. Some of you quite literally are bartenders passing out cups, starting something in the restaurant industry. Cups of love. You could be a therapist. You could be offering emotional support or guidance. Therapy, something about passing out cups and healing. Yeah, because when your cup runneth over and you finally are reached at that point where you recognize your own power, your uniqueness, your love of self, that's when you can start giving out cups. And here's the thing, that's when you can start receiving them. Okay, that's really important. Phoenix, rising from the ashes, Cancer. I'm going to leave it at that. That's beautiful. I love, again, all this fire, fire, fire. What is all that about, Cancer? You know what I think it means? You're on fire. And you're hungry like the wolf. I don't really know what to do with that, but I think that's up to you guys. Maybe listen to that song. Maybe there's something in that for you. Mama bear mode. Be fiercely protective of your dreams and your goals. Yeah, mama bear. Protect it with that maternal instinct, the moon, right? All right, guys. Taurus season. Taurus season is going to be key to keep getting this up and running, Cancer, if you haven't already. That's what I got for you. Thanks for joining, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what resonates. I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye, Cancer.